Back outside again today, working on my TR3A and removing the bumper irons. Simple job, just 2 bolts. No, it isn't. They're very difficult to do actually. I got okay, this one was okay, I managed to get it out. There's a bolt inside a tube. This one wasn't too bad. It just takes a little bit of fiddling and rolling about on the floor a lot and some bad language, but this one on the other side, yeah, that bolt there, someone has actually been out there before me and rounded it off, so I have absolutely no chance, no matter what I do, of trying to get this bolt off. So I'm either just going to cut straight through this edge, I think that's the only thing that I can do, or just cut through the whole thing. I don't know yet, but it'd be one or the other, depends how lucky I get. I was lucky because I managed to get this top bumper iron out the way. The bottom one is loose, just spinning around and round, otherwise I would have done that. But 9/16 okay on the top, and I've got 1/2 inch on the bottom. I don't know if that's standard, but that's what I've got on mine anyway. These are difficult to do, lots of penetrating oil. I'm using WD-40, soaking them in there just to give it a bit of a fighting chance. I have got new ones of these. I knew that these were going to be difficult and tricky before I actually even bought the car. Well, you know, when I bought the car. So I'm going to get this off, cut this off if I have to, and remove it. But if you're doing it okay and thinking about it, it's a devil's own job. So instead of thinking it's going to be 2 minutes and just 2 bolts, factor in maybe an hour or so, something like that. But yeah, there you go. So that's where I'm at the moment, and I'll come back to you as soon as I've got this off the car. Okay, well that came off the car eventually. Here are the 2 tubes, as you can see, which run through the body of the car and have the bolts like that on the bottom of them. They tend to seize in, I think, as Tush said. Luckily mine weren't too bad and I was able to really grind them off. But there you go, so that's out now. Now we can move on to the fenders, and then I can start cutting out all the bolts which are holding this rear fender on. So I'll come back to you when I've managed to have a go at doing that. So we're trying to get this rear wing off the car, and this is a top tip. Well, this is something that's helped me anyway. On the screws, which are these, alongside this channel in the back of the car in the boot here, the way to get these out, these were just going round and round and round, so what I thought I'd do is wedge a screwdriver in. Okay, then I pull on the panel. Okay, this is a magnetic screwdriver as well, so that also helps. Get the screwdriver in there and twist, and if you pull the panel back or lever it, whichever way you want to do, you'll find that the screw does begin to yield rather than just going round and round on the back, and eventually you can pop it out. But this is just one way of doing it. You have to be a bit careful because you don't want to bend the panel too much, but it is working, and that's the way that I've got some of the other screws out. Just going to lever it a bit more and see what I can get on it, but see if it will actually come out for us. It's getting tighter, but when the captive nuts are actually loose on the back there, you stand very little chance unless you cut them off of trying to get them out. And this is just one way that you can, by putting pressure on the back of the nut and on the wing, that it will go. As you can see, it's actually moving out, the wing is moving out, and by keeping the pressure on the whole time, hopefully that'll pop and the actual screw will come out. You could use an electric screwdriver on here, it might be easier actually, but this way at least you can feel it a bit, and I can actually see that that is about to go. Probably need to put a bit more pressure on it. Hang on, let me just see, because I think this is the last one. I've done all the others and this is the last one that's holding the wing on, so I better be a bit careful with this one. Yeah, that has actually gone now. It's about to go pop. Threads right on the end. Okay, so what I'm going to do is support the wing at the bottom end with a piece of wood, then I'll come back and then just take this last one out. Then I've still got exactly the same problem, which is the 3 screws, 3 bolts in the end of the wing panel where it joins the rear apron, and they are proving difficult, but I'll come back to you in a moment. Okay, so I've got the trolley jack underneath the edge of the wing, popping the screwdriver back in, and let's just see if it actually goes. Find the actual slot, like that, and see if we can actually get that to come out. I can feel it moving back. There we go, it's popped. So it shows you one way of getting these screws out. Okay, if the bolts are, well, loose at the back, put some leverage on, and that will actually hold them in place while you actually unscrew them and manage to pop them out, as you just saw. Okay, that's that. Now I've got my favourite job of trying to get the 3 little bolts out the back of the wing. I'll come back to you in a sec. Happy days, the rear fender is off. Just thought I'd give you a little look at behind the scenes. Here are those 3 bolts. Okay, what I did here was I actually managed to loosen them by using exactly the same method that I used to take the screws out of the wings, which was put a screwdriver in between and use leverage just enough to be able to get onto them and pull them back a bit, then pull the wing back. But lots of filler, again, Bondo in there. I'm going to look forward to taking this panel off, I think, and seeing exactly what's behind all this filler. Someone's really gone to town with it, and up here, and of course all in there. Just going to give you a quick look round so you can see all the fiberglass that's put in there. So we're going to take all that off and redo the whole lot. Obviously I'll take the wheel off, but I'm just holding the wheel on there for the moment because I didn't want to put the car on stands, so I didn't need to. So yeah, so I'm actually really pleased. It is, taking these rear fenders off is tricky because of the screws on the back here, these bolts, but it's Sunday today, so I can't really make any noise because noise is banned on a Sunday here. I always have the police come around and arrest me. But yeah, that's going to take this off and have a look and see exactly what's going on there. But yeah, we're actually moving on. Just a quick look underneath here. This where the bumpers go through there, and at the top there, which you probably won't see. Let's just have a quick look at the fender. Now when I took it off, I did actually know that there was a repair. If I just flick it over, I think somewhere I saw some marks. Yeah, you can just about see the rivets there. Someone, there's quite a few actually, that's done some little patchwork. I think that's what that is, but we'll have a look and we'll take it down. And there's, look there, there's, I've obviously got to repair the end of that, but that's okay because I've got something, the rest of the metal seems to be pretty good, that I can work with. So lots of welding, lots of grinding, lots of dust and lots of noise, but I'm actually really pleased. So the project's moving along, and as soon as I get the other wing off, I'll give you a shout so you can see exactly what's going on with that. This is not, oh wow, moment, there you go, look, both fenders are off the car. Wow, it's fiddly. Just to give you another little look, I did pull out some of the Bondo filler from here. There's great big wedges of it, like that and like that in there. Someone went to an awful lot of trouble really to fill something that they didn't need to. This came off from here. Be interesting to take all this filler Bondo off tomorrow and have a really good look at what's going on there. This panel actually doesn't look too bad here. Obviously we've got this big hole here which we'd have to repair, so it may be, depending on what the state of it is, I may be able to cut a section in and repair it. You can see the here, that's where all the filler has been sort of laid on, almost like paint on a canvas really, oil paint. It's really heavy on there, and also it's in my shadow there, but also there. So I'm going to take all that off tomorrow and we're going to see exactly what's there. I'm going to move around now so we can have a quick look at the other side of the car and have a look at that. I'm going to be against the light here, but there we go. This doesn't look too bad. I'm quite happy with that. Not too bad at all really. lots of silly little repairs and lots of welding to do, but yeah, that's not too bad. I'm quite happy. This here I'm not happy with, and obviously this fiberglass in there and all around there I'm going to have to do. But yes, I just thought I'd give you that an update. That's probably all I'm going to do for today, apart from have a big tidy up. Maybe do something with these bolts if I can. It's just going around and around there, but I was just lucky enough to lever it out a little bit and use the screwdriver behind it again, but it is difficult, and so you do need to spend some time with it. Okay, so come back to you later.